Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF Collision or Hit. I, Tony Schiavone, with Joey Styles, and with Montel Vertadius Porter. And today on Collision or Hit, we have a good show on Collision or Hit. Yesterday on Friday Night SmackDown, we saw Baron Corbin beat both Autolycus and Ruby and keep the TWF hard middle winnings for another day, Tony Schiavone says. And we don't know if we're going to see that here today on Collision or not. I can tell you one thing right now, Joey Styles says. You know, the way that we look at this is that now Ruby and Autolycus, Ruby from Jumanji or the whatever, the Woods film, that film game book, you know, that film, and Autolycus are both after Baron Corbin. And I wonder how he's going to deal with it. Like I tell you right now, Tony and Joey, he'll deal with it. Montel Vertadius Porter says the way he's always dealt with it. You know, the way that he's always dealt with things. Which is, you know, do nothing and then lose. So that's really been, Baron Corbin's whole way of dealing with things. I mean, the man didn't really do a whole lot in his time in WWE. You know, he was on NXT, he's on SmackDown, then Raw, then SmackDown, then Raw, then SmackDown, NXT, then SmackDown, and he didn't really do anything. You know. Now I could tell you, Tony Schiavone says that Baron Corbin did do some things during his time in WWE. He was a former WWE 4-1 Rights fighter. He was a King of the Ring winner. He was a Gold in the Boundary winner. He was a WWE NXT Tag Team fighter at one time. He was the highest overseer of Raw. He was the main overseer of Raw. So yeah, he did do some things in his time in WWE. Alright, Baron Corbin says. So Montel Vertadius Porter, Baron Corbin did do things when he was in WWE. Alright, I'm going to tell you right now, Baron Corbin says, I know there's a lot of folks that think that I went overboard yesterday when I called myself the King of Hard Middle or the Kaiser of Hard Middle. Now, first off, I'm not going, to start anything, with anyone or anything. I already played that. Been there, done that. And I have done a lot of things in my time, and I couldn't make, played a lot of selves, and if I'm not going to call myself a king or a Kaiser when it comes to, being hard middle, because God knows there's so many other folks out there. So is somebody else out there like Autolycus, the King of Thieves, the one everybody thought went missing, but he showed up yesterday on Friday Night SmackDown. So if he wants to have another match with me, then he can. Well, so first off, Baron Corbin, you called me out here, and I wonder why you did that. Because Autolycus, you never got that one-on-one match with me. After I won the TWF Hard Middle Winnings and beat Ruby, and then you and Ruby fought me, you never did get that one-on-one match for it. So yeah, I feel wrong about that. So I'm going to make it up to you. I'm going to make it up. I'm going to make it up to you today, and we're going to have that match. So pick what your beloved weapon is. Pick up whatever weapon you want to work against me with. Okay, nothing there against me. Go pick up whatever weapon you think that you can win a match with. I don't care. Whatever it happens to be. Because at the end of the day, I'm still going to win. Oh, I see, Autolycus said. Oh, so Baron Corbin, I see. I picked up a clutter can. So that means, in my book, I think I can beat you with the clutter can. We'll have to see, Tony Schiavone says, if this works out or not. Fuck. Well, this match is for the TWF hard middle winnings. A hard middle winning. First, he is Autolycus, the King of Thieves. And he is the TWF hard middle fighter, Baron Corbin. Well, first off, Baron Corbin only won the TWF hard middle winnings. You know, I'm gonna need the light on, it's really dark here. You know, only won the TWF hard middle winnings due to everybody thinking that Autolycus went missing. Tony Schiavone says, and now Baron Corbin, hit Autolycus with that clutter can, and Autolycus has already been laid out, Tony Schiavone says. Well, Joey Styles said, I have called many matches during my time in ECW, down between 93 while the 2001 YL, and I do know how these hard middle matches or utmost matches can go like. Joey Styles says. Well, let's be way earnest about that work, Montel Ortiz Porter says. I mean, tell the truth, Joey Styles. You started out in the A and the NAWA, then you went to ECW, then MLW, and then WWE, and then you were in CPW. But your only take on hard middle wrestling was what ECW did. And Baron Corbin, you could call him Utmost. You can call him, but I don't call him Utmost at all because he hasn't done anything in his time in WWE. Well, that's not true, Joey Styles says. You know, Baron Corbin did do some things during his time in WWE, It isn't like he didn't do nothing there. Well, I can tell you one thing, Tony Schiavone says. Autolycus hits Baron Corbin with the stunner, and now Autolycus hits Baron Corbin with the clutter can, and Autolycus wants to win back the TWF hard middle winnings. Tony Schiavone says, will this happen? 1, 2, and only a kick out. No, it ain't not going to happen. There's still a little more fight still left in Baron Corbin, Tony Schiavone says. Well, Autolycus is going to have to do all the things he can do to put an end to Baron Corbin. No need which South he is playing these days, or what he is doing in the NWA, Joey Styles says. And now, Autolycus, ran right into ring steeple. The end of days. The Deep Six. This is over, Joey Styles said. Yes, it is, Tony Schiavone said. We saw the end of days in the Deep Six. This match is done. I told you Baron Corbin's a loser. This is the only thing he's ever done his whole time in TWF or in WWE or in the NWA. Montel Porter says. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. And still the TWF hard middle fighter, Baron Corbin. Well, it's sad that Autolycus did not win the TWF hard middle winnings. And Tony Schiavone says, and you saying scathing things about Baron Corbin, what he did or did not do in WWE, what he did and did not do right now in NWA, and what he did and did not do in the TWF. Are you wanting to start something with him? You know? Do you want to start something with him? Tony Schiavone says. Do you like making foes? Joey Styles says. Montel Vertadius Porter. You like making foes of folks? Well, then keep it up, but he's going to come after you. I'm only giving my earnest thoughts on the man. He didn't really do a whole lot in his time in WWE. I don't know what the hell he's doing in the NWA, if he's even in the NWA. And I'll tell you, hey, Montel Vertadius Porter, you're to speak. Oh, you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything great during your first run in WWE or your two-diff run in WWE. Oh, two-time W41 Rex fighter. Is that it? One-time World Tag Team fighter. You didn't do a whole lot, so shut up. Well, Baron Corbin, you know, pulled you off, Montel Vertadius Porter, Tony Schiavone says. Other words, he put you in your stead, Joey Styles says. Yeah, well, I did a lot more things in my first run in WWE and two-diff run in WWE and my first run in TNA and two-diff run in TNA and AEW than he ever did in WWE and NWA, I can tell you that. All right, take it away, Jonathan Coachman. Thank you, Joey. Thank you. Stand up. Thank you, Joey. Thank you, Tony and Joey. I'm going to be talking with Autolycus here today on can't stand up. Stand up! I'm going to be talking with Autolycus, the King of Thieves, here today on Collision or Hit. I can't sit in this sand. Alright, Autolycus. I know that you didn't win the stand up. I know you didn't win I know you didn't win the TWF Hard Middle Winnings. But that's got to be some tough luck, I guess. Well, Jonathan Coachman, you win some, you lose some, right? Baron Corbin just got the upper hand on me, you know. And I knew sooner or later that I will win the TWF Hard Middle Winnings back from Baron Corbin. You know, like I keep on saying, the TWF Hard Middle Winnings was the only thing I never stole. Alright? So, if Baron Corbin wants to give me another match for the TWF Hard Middle Winnings, then I'll be open-minded to it. Well, Baron Corbin did end up saying he thought he went way too far, calling himself the King of Hard Middle or the Kaiser of Hard Middle. Do you think he went too far? Well, first off, Jonathan Coachman, I don't think he went too far. Hell, I call myself the King of Thieves, alright? So, if he can call himself the King of Hard Middle, or the Kaiser of Hard Middle, that's alright with me, because I call myself, you know, the King of Thieves. And I will win back the TWF Hard Middle Winnings one day. Alright. Alright, that's my talk with Autolycus, you know, the King of Thieves. You know, back to you, Tony Schiavone and Joey Styles. Well, thank you, Jonathan Coachman, for talking with, you know, Autolycus, the King of Thieves, here today on Collision or Hit. And that's all the time we got here for Collision or Hit. Tony Schiavone, with Joey Styles and Montel Vertadius Porter. We hope you like Collision or Hit, and we'll see you tomorrow for Power or Might.